One of the most frequently asked questions at our nursery is, what kind of potting soil should I use and for what? And you know, that's a good question because there are so many kinds of potting soils. It's pretty confusing to know which kind to use where. I've got the kinds that we sell laid out here so that I can show you the difference. This is black gold. This is a really good soil, but only for certain things. I've got some here to show you. It looks nice. It's got some pieces of bark in it. It's got a little bit of lava rock in it. You know, it's pretty nice soil, but it has its limitations. It is all right for containers, but I stress just all right. It is shining as a soil amendment. If you mix it into your flower beds, it is so excellent. It doesn't have very much nutritive value in it. It doesn't have the humates and things like that that make container plants just grow and look awesome, but it is wonderful for mixing into your beds. So think of this as a soil amendment. Then we have Fertilome. It's excellent soil. This is what we plant all of our bedding plants in that we sell, the tomatoes, the peppers, all those kinds of things. It's so good. It's lovely soil. You can see it's got a little bit of slow release fertilizer in it. It's got lots of perlite. It's so black and dark, and it stays moist for a long time. Plants love it. They're so green and deep in it. So if you're planting baskets and things like that, Fertilome, or big barrels, Fertilome is excellent. Any kind of petunia and bedding plants. The one thing that it's not good for is supertunias. Not supertunias. Proven winners is what I meant to say. Proven winners, things like Bacopa, Nemesia, you know, the osteodaisies, those kinds of things, because they are very sensitive to too much moisture. So we plant all of our mixed baskets and all of our proven winners in growers. And the difference is it's a very light soil. It has lots and lots of perlite in it. It has lots and lots of volcanic rock. It doesn't have sticks in it or anything like that. The thing that makes it so good is it drains so well. So when you plant your proven winners in it, you water it, it drains, it stays moist but not soggy around their roots, and they really like that. If you're using growers, you have to add slow release fertilizer, and then you're fertilizing every week too. If you use Fertilome, you can still add slow release fertilizer. You don't need quite as much. And if you're using black gold in a container, you'll want to use slow release fertilizer and fertilize all the time like crazy. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a secret about getting the most awesome planters that you have ever had. And this secret isn't really easy to tell you because a lot of people don't like to hear this. But first you've got to use the very best soil that you can for what you're planting. If it's proven winners, you use growers. If it's anything else, if it's petunias and marigolds, you're going to use Fertilome. If you're mixing it into the soil, you use black gold. But if you have a big pot, it takes a lot of soil to fill it up. So after you have had your plants in there for the whole year, you are so tempted to put it in the garage and save it. Bring it back out next year and just plant your things in it, thinking that you're going to save money. But you aren't, because when you have that soil in there, when you water it, when you fertilize it, it leaves behind the minerals that are in the water and in the fertilizer. Think about a pot that had water in it and it evaporated out. You know that white film that's all over in there? That's what's in your soil, only there's lots and lots of it. And the plants that were in there all year had a chance to gradually get used to that. But when you take that soil that has so many minerals in it, it's so alkaline, it's poisonous to them, you take that and put brand new fresh little roots in it, it shocks them. They struggle for their life. Most of the time they just fall over dead. And you probably think you just don't have a green thumb, but that isn't the truth. What it is the soil. So every year you've got to dump that soil out. Put it in your garden spot. Put it in your flower beds. Those minerals will leach out if it's in a bed. It just can't do that when it's in a pot. And it's awesome in your garden, in flower beds. It adds all kinds of organic matter. It helps hold the moisture in there. It's wonderful. But you cannot plant your plants two times in the same soil. Some people try to save their soil 3, 4, 5 years, and by the end they think, I'm just not a gardener at all. But nothing could be further from the truth. And it is expensive to replace that soil every year. But it's more expensive to buy these lovely plants and watch them die, instead of become the awesome, gorgeous planter that you thought of. So remember, always use the best soil for what you're doing, and use fresh soil every year.